Today, we are going to attempt to unlock the legendary director's cut on Infinite Warfare Zombies. If you don't know what that is, after completing every main quest on all the maps, you get a reward, a big one. Director's cut lets you spawn in with every perk, 25,000 points. Every weapon in the wheel is automatically pack-a-punched, and the LED fuses are instantly installed in the pack-a-punch, letting you double pack. It's basically a cheat mode without actually cheating. Now, Zombies has had stuff like this before. In Black Ops 2, you'd get like every perk permanently and drops or something like that. In Black Ops 3, you'd get the RK5 on spawn. And in BO4, you'd get golden pack on every map. Oh, wait. Anyways, not only do you get hard cheats, but you also get to play as that map celebrity and can even unlock a secret boss fight. So without further ado, let's begin.
For over 40 years, I directed the most terrifying, visceral, and bloody scenes ever committed to film. My contribution to horror is nothing short of genius.
Legendary director Willard Wylard invites our characters to star in one of his movies. Willard's movies are infamous for having the most realistic death scenes anyone has ever seen, and they're realistic for a reason. Willard long ago sold his soul to gain the ability to trap people inside of his movies, and that's exactly what happens to our cast being sucked into his next movie titled Zombies in Spaceland. Now, this is not actually our first attempt. The first time we tried this, we got all the way to the boss fight and just kinda improvised for a while, until I ended up downing and losing my weapon of rock due to it being in my meal munchie spot, and everything just went downhill from there. We were barely able to do any damage to the boss, and we ended up dying. And the second attempt was even worse. We died exactly as the alien spawned in. It's just that run was fucked up. So after those attempts, we just planned it out a lot more, decided what cards we were going to bring, actually thought about it, decided which ones were going to be good, which ones were going to be bad, and we wanted to figure out what weapon of rock we were going to get. I'd be getting the head cutter and he'd be getting the Discord. I don't think you need the weapons of rock for the main quest, but I'm pretty sure they do the most amount of damage to the boss, so, you know, they're sick anyway, and there's no point in not getting them, so might as well. So spawning in, we kind of just got points, and we also got 2 green coins pretty early, which was nice, so we opened up Polar's Peak to put them into the souvenir machine. And not long after, we got a third one, which is the fastest we've ever gotten a green coins. Last attempt, it took round 15 to finally get my last green coin. So we got some tickets, more coins, and opened up the Pack-a-Punch. Got a little tragic with a couple downs, but we got the gold teeth and I got cryonades. Also got the disco ball and started looking for some targets for the Discord, which got found relatively fast. Oh, that's a third target. Oh, and fourth! Oh my god.
Like a bulletproof.
Oh, and fifth!
Zombies. Goddamn, huh?
Last time we spent, probably 15-20 minutes looking for these. Sent out the UFOs, and at round 11 we got a Brute, which is really good because it can break the teeth in the Kepler system, so we can actually build the wonder weapons. I also got the parts for the Steadicam. Threw a cryonade at this Yeti and headshotted the zombies that got frozen by it, which will give me another piece for the weapon of rock. Once I got all the pieces for the Steadicam, I gave him the Hasselhoff to build it. Next we got some kills with traps and charge up the UFOs in our respective areas. And then my foolish ass did this. M1 is oh my god, this is not good. Yeah, that's about what I thought was gonna happen. I ran in, it was about to move in front of me, and I was like, well, if I do that, I'm just gonna die. But it just started, so I definitely could Jesus Christ, man. It's one of those things where it's oh, should I do it now, or should I do it later? Is it just gonna happen? Then it's it's about to, not gonna happen anytime soon. But then as soon as you do it, it happens. Minor mishap, but hey, at least we didn't die. We got our wonder weapons, and we were ready to start the defenses. The first one was that journey into space, which we almost blundered immediately.
I placed it.
Oh god, you placed it in the middle of that fucking horde.
I realize that now.
We're fucking the shit out of it.
They are actually fucking the shit out of it. How to put the blue box? Fucking, oh shit, well, no, we can make it, we can make it. We don't need no blue box. Oh wait, no, we can make this.
Don't put it down. Wait.
I'm not putting it down, we make it. We make it.
Yo. That was...
Top 10 hectic.
Top 10 most fucked up things.
Actually, yeah.
Hey, in our defense, we never had it spawn there. The second one was at Racing Stripes, which went smooth as that's one of the easiest spots. And before we restart the last defense, we got our cards up and some perks. The third one is at Polar Peak, which is a very easy spot since the trap can kill a good amount of zombies. I can tell you it is 10 times easier than that stupid goddamn like bang bang spot with the fountains. So after doing those 3 defenses, we give the Steadicam back to the Hoffman and now we just gotta wait a couple rounds. After some time, the Hoffmanator will give us some boom boxes, or speakers I think. I don't know, something like that. We can place these at the center of the map where the Pack-a-Punch is to summon the UFO and lock us in the area. This is the first pre-boss fight stage. In this we must play 3 games of Simon Says. And I gotta say, this is like 10 times better than Moon's and Blood's Simon Says stuff. Since it's 2 players, we actually have to like coordinate and press the buttons one after the other since the timing for them isn't very long. I gotta say, I absolutely fucking love this step. After that, a bunch of clowns are gonna spawn, and this is the second pre-boss fight stage. And now, here is the boss fight. The aliens. To kill them, we must damage them enough to where they'll kneel on the ground, and then we can melee the back of them to break off one of the fuses on their backpack. And once again, since this is 2 people, 2 aliens are gonna spawn, making this a little bit harder. This is what happened.
One of them's close to getting knocked. Oh, one
He's
of
knocked,
them's down.
he's knocked.
Oh, let's go! Get
Run
away!
away!
Wait, what the fuck? This thing's fully automatic.
What the heck? Head gunner? I'm red.
Oh, I hit
in
him!
the corner.
Okay, one of them
Get
is like away from death. Oh, he's red. Oh,
He's burying.
oh,
Maxi.
Maxi
I punched him.
Chat. Oh yeah, both are gone. Wait, so are both aliens out of fuses?
I think so.
Okay, all we need to do is down them one more time and they'll be dead. Like we don't even have to hit them. We just need to down them. Or just shoot them. Literally just shoot them. I think that was an actual.
Why is there an alien right here?
Wait, this aliens?
There's zombies in Spaceland.
Wait, I think this is a zombie apocalypse. Oh, he's dead. He's dead.
He's dead. He's dead. He's dead.
Oh, and I'm red. Woo! Let's fucking go.
And just like that, boom, the aliens are finally defeated. We can pick up the alien fuses that spawn in front of the portal and place them into the Pack-a-Punch. This allows us to double Pack-a-Punch any weapon, making them a lot stronger. And we can also finally Pack-a-Punch the weapons of rock, since you can't do that normally without them. The last thing to do is destroy the UFO, which we can do by shooting the Spaceland sign with a double-packed weapon of rock. Once it's destroyed, we can pick up the soul key, ending the Spaceland main quest. While I absolutely adore and love this map, the main quest was kinda... it wasn't bad, but it's nothing special. In the end, it reminds me a lot of Zetsubo, where it's just doing 3 really easy things. The actual ending of it, boss fight, Simon Says stuff, is amazing. The alien fight is really fun, it's challenging, and I enjoyed it a lot. Overall, not a bad boss fight, but not really one I would see myself replaying too much. Rave in the Redwoods is the second map on our list. This is some back-to-back questage going on here, man. Non-stop Willard Wirelid type shit just going on. Basically, this map takes place during a rave in the Redwoods with Kevin Smith. The map starts out a tad bit different. We spawn with straight up a no gun. But luckily there's some melee weapons scattered around. I don't know what this trend is of later zombie modes just loving melee weapons. Like in World War II, they use a melee weapon in every single map. It's one of the main mechanics, and in Cold War you can have 50 of them. And then in this game, one of the maps starts you with no gun and you have to use a melee weapon. I don't know what it is, but honestly, I kind of fuck with it. It's pretty cool. It's a nice change of pace. First things first, we gotta make our way around the map, opening it up, looking for boat parts and our statues. I need to find a deer and he needs to find an owl. In the Rave area, we place in our statues and start collecting skulls. The process for this is kind of weird. You have to damage zombies, but not actually kill them. I think it said somewhere around 30% of their health. I don't know, but really, you just gotta shoot them and then they'll just explode in a red mist and it'll charge it up. A little weird and strange, but it's not hard. Once they're charged, we can take a boat ride to the island. Once we arrive, we can talk to Kevin, activate Pack-a-Punch, and pick up some wieners.
Oh,
Oh, they are.
what kind of nonsense is that, man? How do I help? Oh, what kind of fucking...
What is going on out here?
I tried to fucking go into the Pack-a-Punch room and it goddamn threw... I'm in Rave mode. I'm in the...
Back on the mainland, I enter Rave mode and throw some wieners at deer heads so they float in the air, and I can shoot them, revealing a symbol I can pick up, just Basic Call of Duty Zombies quest stuff. Those symbols allow us to open up the locks for the wonder weapons. The wonder weapon for this map is the Vlad. It's an explosive tipped crossbow that has 4 different upgrades. Once again, I don't really think you need these for the main quest, but the process to get them is extremely easy, so there's no point in not getting them. The first step of upgrading them is actually the charging of the statues we did earlier, but since I already charged up, we can find a corresponding bigger statue and then get kills near it with the Vlad. So I found a bigger deer statue near the beach and placed the smaller one down and just get kills with the Vlad near it. Doing that will give me the Whirlwind EF5. This version of the Vlad is basically the Thunder Gun. And now we can go ahead and just start the main quest. Behind the Burning Man we can find a photo that we can pick up. We can place it on this campsite, which starts a challenge where we must shoot the arms off of zombies. Bit of a weird challenge, but nothing crazy. Once that's over, the photo will spawn in a slasher, which we must kill as fast as we can. The slasher is an insanely strong special enemy, like he takes a million, quintillion, million bullets to kill. Thankfully, we did kill him in time, shown by a nuke going off and a max ammo spawning, with the photo being able to be picked back up. The second photo is near Tough Enough. When we pick it up, we can place it back down near the Burning Man, and this challenge requires us to get crawlers near the pit of hands, which can be easily cheesed with the balloon trap. Just place it near the hands and then they'll just fly up in the air, and somehow that charges it. I don't know why, but hey, at least it's not, we don't have to get some stupid fucking explosive weapon. Once that's over, another slasher will spawn and we just have to kill him. The last step is a skull that's found in the bottom of the cabin. Once we pick it up, we can head to the beach and place it down. This challenge is simply just getting headshots. And as you can imagine, once it's over, another slasher will spawn and we gotta kill his ass. And that's it. We can just talk to Kevin and then start the boss fight. Once again, down in the cabin basement, we can press a couple buttons and I'll put Kevin in the boat. Once on the boat, Kevin will start tweaking and turn into the Mega Slasher. The first stage of the boss fight is to charge these 3 blue orbs so they can fly into the air. They take like a trillion zombies, but once they're finally charged, they'll make a blue circle appear on the map. We must lure the slasher into the circle and a symbol will start spawning on him. We gotta shoot him while he's in the circle and that'll damage him. After that, we just gotta run around and more symbols will spawn on the slasher that we must shoot. After we shoot enough symbols, some green circles will spawn on the map and we must run to them before the rest of the map is engulfed in flames. Here we just have to survive for a little bit. After that, we have to charge the blue orbs again, but this time slightly harder due to some walls blocking parts of the map. Then we just gotta shoot the symbols on them again and then repeat the fire step and then repeat the first stage again. And then we shoot more symbols, but after that, instead of doing the fire step again, we can just lay beam into him. Just shoot him a whole bunch and he'll eventually die. This boss fight is fine, I actually quite liked it a lot, but it is insanely easy. It might be a tad bit more intense than solo, but at least with 2 players it's a cakewalk. Once the slasher is finally dead, we can pick up a piece of the soul key, ending the Rave in the Redwoods main quest. Honestly, it is extremely hard to say if I like this map more than Spaceland. The main quest definitely isn't better. It's once again reminiscent of Zetsubo, or I guess in this case it would be reminiscent of Spaceland, because instead of doing 3 defenses, you're doing 3 challenges. So, not too bad. The boss fight was also slightly worse, but the actual map itself, the wonder weapons, I fucking love. I don't know though, I have to think about it more. Wasn't a bad quest, but again, not anything special. Shaolin Shuffle is the 3rd step in our journey. The map takes place in 1970s New York City. Spawning in, we finally have our Kindles back. There are about probably, I want to say, 28 quintillion doors on this map. There are a lot, so, you know, once again, we just gain points and open up the map slowly. Also looked for the Pack-a-Punch pieces, because I always forget where they are, because there's like 3 separate ones you have to get, and with like, all 3 of them have like, also 3 different spawn locations, so you have to check like 9 different spots. That shit kinda sucks, but you know, it's not that bad. After opening up the map, I go and talk to Pam to get my chi ability. The first thing to do with this is open up all the shortcuts and teleporters. Then I'll need to upgrade my chi ability to level 2 so I can unlock the shuriken. I also tried doing the first time trial, which I biffed immediately. Anyways, I can throw a shuriken into this rat's cage to break it open. Once it's broken, a rat will start scampering away to try and free his people, and I'll need to follow him to about 5 more cages. On the final cage, a yellow ring will spawn and we'll have to kill zombies inside of it. Afterwards, we'll need to shoot some symbols around the map. Once that's done, the first Rat King symbol will spawn. Pressing on it will cause the man himself to spawn in. This is the first mini boss fight. Basically, we just gotta lay beam into him. Once he's dead, we can pick up his eye to gain a scan ability. With this, we try and find some more symbols around the map, and we got stuck on this for like, it wasn't too long, it was maybe like 18 trillion gillion years, somewhere around that. like the cheat sheet we were looking at didn't have the one location it was actually in. So we ran around for God knows how long, maybe like 20 minutes or more, but after finally finding it, a phone will start ringing in one of the subway stations. This part in the recording got pretty fucked up due to me like pausing a bunch and then doing something and forgetting to unpause, because the majority of it was just me looking in the same spots and then, or just me paused, and I didn't really want to have like 20 gigs of that. The first time we got the code, we actually messed it up and I didn't record that, so that's lost, but the second time we did it, we actually got it. What just played was our code, and we had to figure out what that was, so I played it back a bunch of times and wrote it down, and we found a video with all the Morse code like numbers listed out, and what we got, it was most likely going to be 713. Out of all the combinations we saw, it had to be 713, and we really did not want to have to go shoot all those symbols again, because they're scattered around the entire map and there's like 6 of them. So we just, there's no way this wasn't it. So now after we figured out what was most likely the code, we had to go find a poster with the same number on it. Once we found it, we picked it up, and thankfully we got it this time. That step took like probably an hour and just did not need to take that long. Now that we have the poster, we can place it on the spotlight to shine through a window that can be blown up. This will spawn in more symbols that need to be deciphered so they can correspond to a letter that can be matched up with a non-deciphered letter to spell out a word, basically. So there's a word on the wall and there's a bunch of different symbols, and we have to figure out what these symbols translate to for a different letter, and we have to spell out some kind of word. There's a bunch of different symbols, there's like 20 different words, but we ended up getting the word Kraken. So we basically just have to like decipher an R, shoot the R, and then A, and then basically just do that till the word is spelled out. This one also took a little while because we didn't understand it at first, but in the end we got it, and honestly, once we fully figured out how to actually do it, it wasn't that bad, and honestly I quite like this step. Next is another Rat King fight, which is the same as the first. We just have to shoot him a whole bunch, and afterwards, once he's dead, we can go back up, talk to Pam, and then wait about 3 rounds. After that, the film will break, but once it comes back, we'll be set in an area that we can't leave. We'll have to kill some zombies before being able to leave again. Once they're dead, we can pick up a turn handle, which we can install in the underground area. After it gets installed, we can climb up a ladder to shoot once again, another symbol, which will spawn in a bunch of yellow circles like earlier. After that, we head to the disco to shoot zombies that have a disco ball above their head. After doing that for a little while, the third Rat King boss will spawn in. After killing him, we can set up for the actual boss fight. Once ready, we enter the sewer and the first phase will begin. Much like the mini boss fights, this simply just has us dealing damage to him. Once we shoot him enough, we can start one of 3 phases. The first one we do is the heart, which will spawn a bunch of goop on the ground that we must kill a zombie over so it disappears. I heard this step was really hard, but honestly wasn't that bad, but then again, having 2 players probably helped. Next, we did the brain phase. In this phase, another brain will spawn in the middle of the arena, and a bunch of blue-eyed zombies are gonna spawn in and try to eat it. But the Rat King is gonna try to stop this from happening. And I'm not sure how to actually do this phase, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, he killed the blue zombies in the middle a bunch of times, but it never failed, so I think this is just like a time-based thing where you need to survive. I don't really know, but we ended up doing it, and we can enter the last phase, or second to last phase, or I guess challenge phase, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. We enter the final one, which is the eye phase. In this phase, we have to shoot a bunch of symbols. Again. Okay, more symbols, sure, yeah, basically the room will pulsate and symbols will spawn and we just shoot them, that's literally all it is. After that, we are on the actual final phase. Once again, this is just simply deal damage. We just shot him a whole bunch and the bro died. Once he's dead, we can pick up another piece of the soul key, ending the Shaolin Shuffle main quest. I feel like I can confidently say that this is my favorite map in Infinite Warfare Zombies. I love absolutely everything about this map. The main quest, the boss fight still wasn't as good as Spaceland, but still pretty goddamn good. The wonder weapons, the vibe, the chi abilities are fucking awesome. Overall, I just fucking love this map. Attack of the Radioactive Thing is the penultimate map in our quest to achieve the Holy Grail. This map takes place in the 1950s, where a town is under attack from the best thing in all of Infinite Warfare Zombies. My goat, Krogzilla. Spawning in, the first thing you notice is the map is in black and white. I don't really get the shtick at all. It turns off after being on the map for like 5 minutes or so, Fuck, man. I don't know. I thought it'd be like Ascensions where you have to turn the power on, but it just will randomly go off. So, I don't know. There's also like 100, I think about 184 million doors on the map, somewhere around that. So once again, like always, we prioritize just making our way to the celebrity of the map, this time it being Elvira. Wait, Elvira? Elvira? Wait, is that? Oh, fuck, I can't remember how to say her name. Anyways, we multitask doing a lot of shit. Remember when I said there was 184 million doors on the map? Yeah, there's about, like, 284 million parts on this map. When opening up the map, I'd go around, pick up parts whenever I remembered where they were, so I don't really have that much of a starting point to, like, explain everything, because there's just so many parts, and I don't really want to go over every single part location, because it's just going to be me walking up to it and then pressing F, so I'll try to do what I can. So we go and talk to Elvira, and after speaking to her, we go and gather a spellbook. When we give it back to her, she'll give us a vial, which we need to fill up by killing zombies with a cleaver. After it's full, we can give it to her, and doing this will make her run around the map as like an NPC. And when she's on the map, I can lead her to a blue mist, which will open up Pack-a-Punch. Next, we get to build a zombie, which we can do by finding a bunch of different limbs around the map, like you can find legs in trees, heads in RVs, you know, there's a lot of them. We also found a code which we can enter by hitting 4 valves around the map in no certain order, they just have to be on the numbers we got. Once that's done, it'll open a safe revealing a bomb code. Then we head back to spawn to place the zombie limbs on this, like, board, I guess. Now there's a computer in this room which we must enter a 5-digit code on. This code will always have the numbers 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8, but it will always be in a random order, so it could be like 6, 5, 4, 3, 8, and then it will change every game. I don't know if there's an exact way to do this, but how we did it was just like process of elimination, we just brute force it. Once we figured it out, the laser will go off shooting the zombie limbs, turning them into a full zombie. Then we have to re-put the combination we got back into the computer, but this time in reverse. Then the laser will turn on again, shooting the zombie but turning it into a key this time. I don't know how that works, but anyways, the key will open a garage leading us to the chemical step. So, in the end, I'm just not even really sure how we did this. Honestly, it wasn't even really me, it was Joe Biden who did all the heavy work dividing and shit, so, you know, shout out to Joe, he was the go. Basically, we have an M number and an O number, and the M number that we got was a 5, so we needed to change the hue of the map to find a bunch of stuff on the map of what a different number would equal to the O number, so it's something like that. There's a lot of adding and dividing, and in the end we got a 40 that turned into an 8, so our O number was 8 and the M was 5. And as you can imagine, that took fucking forever, and honestly, I don't even, it's a blur to me now, so I can't really go in depth on how we did it and how we solved it. So I'm sorry about that. You know, we gotta do it again for director's cut anyway. So if I can fully figure out a way, I don't know. Okay, just fuck, man. I don't know. The step it's fun, but it's fucked up, man. So once we figured all that out, we must listen to some radios around the map, and at some point a radio will tell us which compound we have to make to defeat the Krogster. And we figured out we need to make like 3,4-dinitro-oxymethylpropane. Fuck, I don't know, something like that. I'll put it on the screen. Anyways, the first step to making it is to mix pennies with vodka. How we did this is by finding a chalkboard with our elements on it, and they'll have a number on them. So I think in the game vodka was 7, so I get the 7, and I can't remember what pennies is, and I can't find it on the recording, but basically vodka and pennies will have a number near them. We add those numbers together, and then we subtract from, it was either the M or O number, I can't remember, but we add them together, then take off whatever the O or M number was, and we'll get a number off of all that, which will be, you know, something of whatever it was. Basically, when we do all that, we place the two things we're going to mix together on this chemical step, or the chemical panel or whatever, chemical station, and we put the number in, mix them together, and that, you know, hopefully should make the compound, or at least one of the parts of the compound that we need. I probably explained that like absolute dog shit, but once again, this took 100 million, possibly fucking trillion years, so yeah, not a lot to say, because once again, like the Morse code thing on Shaolin, I had the recording paused for most of it, because it was just me exploding the chemical step, and then running back and forth, getting back all the stuff I needed. Now, like, knowing the step, and possibly knowing how to do it next time, honestly, it's not that bad. I kind of liked it. It's just, you know, this doesn't need to be in a zombie game, but finally, after getting everything together, mixing it all up, we get the compound that we needed and we can pick this up and put it into the bomb. Doing this will make the bomb start geeking out, which will start the boss fight. The first phase is slowly pushing the bomb over to the Krogman himself. Next, we use these beams to shoot the chest of Krogzilla. Afterwards, Lil Bro's gonna get mega pissed and we'll start shooting radioactive shit all over the beach. It's gonna slowly back us into this corner, but before the beach gets fully crogged up, some more lasers will spawn in and we have to jump over them and dodge them and shit, and we have to get to the bomb on the other side before the timer runs out. And we did biff this. But once we finally didn't biff it, we get back to the bomb and it will shoot us into the Krogzilla's stomach. In here, we must place the bomb code that we got earlier, which we biffed again. Or, we didn't biff, I biffed. Got biffed a couple more times, but we finally got it. Unfortunately, this does end with us killing the Kroganator. Doing this will activate the cutscene ending the attack of the Radioactive Thing main quest. Rip Krogzilla. For some reason, there's no soul key to pick up, so we could just leave whenever we want, but I want to say, this map is... It's a little bit weird to me because I don't think it's bad by any means. It's just, I guess they didn't have time because there is basically next to nothing to do apart from the main quest, and I guess that's really about it. I mean, the wonder weapon on the map, you just spin the box to get, and then to upgrade it, you just hit 3 panels and then put the parts on them. That's not a lot, which sucks because I think the vibe of the map is sick. The Krogs are honestly my favorite special enemy in all of zombies. It kind of sucks that there's not a lot to do on the map, but I do think it's really nice, and the main quest was pretty good. I quite liked it a lot. The Beast from Beyond is the finale in our journey. This is it. This is the map. This is the finale. This is what we have been working to. We gonna get on this. Taking place in 2206, we are in motherfucking space now, man. It's getting tragic. I don't know how the fuck this happened. Spawning in on this map is a little bit terrifying. The cryptids were not designed for zombie health and zombie mechanics, so it's best to stay atop this ladder and just shoot and kill them up here till about round 3. On round 3, I grab Neo's head and place it in this computer, which will stop the cryptids from spawning. Well, that was the plan, but we entered it in the middle of a round, so the cryptids kept spawning. So we just had to survive a few more.
Oh shit!
Once we're back in actual zombies, we head to the cargo bay to activate a portal. We can also get the Entangler in here.
Yeah, so
The quest for this blows dick out of the ass. You have to stand in this tiny ass circle for about a minute, and if you step out, you must end the round to try again. This shit is next to impossible in solo, but was actually not too bad in co-op. This got biffed for a while, once again by me, but finally once we got it, we can get the Entangler and actually start the main quest. This is one of those wonder weapons that is just, it's a gimmick, basically. You can barely kill any zombies with it. It's kind of like the jet gun or the VR-11. It's not used for killing, its purpose is only for the main quest. Next, we gotta find 4 floppy disks that are around the map. The first one I got by shooting it into a vent with the Entangler. The second one was got by throwing a space helmet at a monitor to enter a new room. The third one was just sitting outside, and the fourth one is got by killing the first phantom that spawns in. And the thing is, we did not know this, so we killed the first phantom that spawned in some unknown ass location that we looked for goddamn forever. For a second, we thought we'd have to restart, but then my dumbass remembered, wait, I'm fucking recording, I could just check the video. So that was a little bit of a blunder, but we finally have all 4 of them. Now we have to find some pieces of paper around the map that matches up with the symbols we got on the floppy disk. We had to figure this out by, there's a bunch of symbols, but we only have 4, and we gotta figure out which order we need to put them in Nero's computer. We got stuck on this for a little bit because we thought the symbols we had needed to be on the paper, but it's kind of more like, you're not going to have every symbol, you're only going to have a few, and you just need to figure out the 4 that I don't know, I'm too fucking dumb to explain it, but basically, we figured it out, and then we put the floppy disk in Neil, and after doing that, Neil is going to get very pissed. He's going to start closing doors on the map in an attempt to kill us. Back in the theater, we must pick up a button with the Entangler, and then throw it into a Beast from Beyond poster. This teleports us to the med bay where we can press it, and this will activate a puzzle that is insanely easy. Basically, I just took a screenshot of it and then only moved the horizontal levers, and that for some reason will just instantly solve it. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but I guess it's cool, I guess. This will allow us to finally pick up Neil, and we have to transport him to the projector room. Once he's there, next we gotta wait, that's it? We're boss fight ready? Okay, the finale map is like 3 steps, that's weird, but okay, let's go into the boss fight, see if that's cool. So the first phase of the boss fight is just to defeat a few rhinos. A bit tough, but not too hard. The next is just to survive for a while and wait for some monitors to activate. Once they're on, I can go to them and turn them off to stop the aliens from spawning. Then we gotta survive for about 99 seconds. After 99 seconds, the boss will spawn in, which is just the bigger cryptid with a bunch of health. Okay, I'm gonna stop bitching here. This boss fight is fucking terrible. It's dog shit. It's just dog shit. I am surprised that we even did it. It's almost fucking impossible. I don't know how they thought this was acceptable. Like, damn, it blew. It's just the ultimate alien. The giant alien boss is just a giant bullet sponge that takes fucking forever to kill. I like the map itself. Honestly, it's pretty good. I like the aesthetic. It's just cool, you know. But the main quest is it's 3 steps, which, you know, even though it's 3 steps, I kind of liked it. I thought it's nice and easy. But this boss fight is dog shit. It sucks that the ending boss fight is absolute dog shit, but what can you do? Anyways, once we kill the bosses, the cutscene will start, showing that our cast has finally escaped the films. They meet back up with Willard and gang up on him to throw him into Spaceland. Thinking this is all over, they try to leave the theater only for the door to be stuck. Even though they escaped, it doesn't seem like this is over yet, as an ominous voice ends out our journey. Back in the map, we enter the projector room to finally unlock Director's Cut. And that's the Infinite Warfare Zombies main quest journey. I honestly had the time of my life doing this. This is by far one of the most, if not the most fun I've ever had playing zombies. I loved the story, the characters, the maps, it was all fantastic. Director's Cut is by far the best super Easter egg in all of zombies. While I originally didn't plan on doing this, I decided fuck it, I'm gonna add these maps to the tier list anyway. Here are the placements, with Spaceland, Shaolin, and Rave being in love, and then Attack and Beast being in great. I'll go more in depth on these placements in a future video, but for now, I'll just leave it there. Well, there's not much more to say. Well, I guess there is one more thing to do.